Hi everybody, my name is Tracy LaHillier and today we're going to be learning about our changing bodies. Have you ever walked into a middle school classroom and wondered why some of the girls were taller than the boys? Usually a statement like that is inaccurate because boys are usually taller than girls, but this isn't the case in middle school. Today we're going to find out why that is. We're also going to learn about a tool called TI Interactive. This tool helps us manipulate data and create charts, tables, and graphs to help us look at useful information. Also, you will be having a quiz today, so don't forget to pay attention. As I just mentioned, we are going to be learning about our changing bodies today. One of the things that we're going to compare is the height of boys and girls throughout their school years. First, we'll look at age 5. At the age of 5, the average boy will be 3 feet 7 inches tall. The average girl will be 3 feet 6 inches tall, so as you can tell, at age 5, their heights are very similar. We are all created equal. At age 7, boys and girls usually are around the same height still. The average boy will be 4 feet tall, and the average girl will be 4 feet tall as well at age 7. Time for a change. Between age 10 and 12, is when boys and girls usually start to differ in height. At age 12, the average boy will be 4 feet 10 inches tall, and the average girl will be 5 feet tall. As you can tell in the picture, there is one very tall girl and one short girl. Heights always vary between person to person. In an example study, a 10-year-old girl, the tallest 10-year-old girl in her classroom, was 4 feet 10 inches tall. The tallest boy in the classroom was 4 feet 8 inches tall. So as you can tell, at age 10, height really starts to differ from boy to girl. Why does it work this way? There is one main reason. Puberty. Everybody goes through puberty, whether it's a boy or girl. No matter how old you are or where you live, you will go through puberty at one point in your life. Girls in puberty. Girls usually start puberty around the age of 8 to 13 years old. They will usually reach their peak height at around the ages of 15 to 17 years old. The pituitary gland is what starts puberty. It sends hormones to different parts of your body. Different hormones for girls and boys, of course. Boys in puberty. Boys usually start puberty around the age of 10 to 15 years old. They will reach their peak height at around the age of 17 to 19, so they are still growing when girls are done with puberty. So what now? Now that we have all of this data, we are going to use a tool called TI Interactive to help us formulate graphs, tables, and charts to help us look at useful information. This piece of software is called TI Interactive. It is a very helpful resource and it helps with graphs, lists, tables, charts, matrices, and many other math tools. Through TI Interactive, you can manipulate data to take a closer look at certain relationships. What we're going to do is take some data from the previous PowerPoint that we looked at and try and find a relationship. So to start off, we have to make a list of the age and the boys and girls' height and then make a graph. To start a list, you go on the top left corner and click L1, L2, which stands for list. For L1, what we're going to put is the height. The data that we have for height is age 5, 7, 10, 12, and 17. L2 will be the boys. The boys at age 5 were 3.58 feet tall. At age 7, they were 4 feet tall. At age 10, they were 4.67 feet tall. At age 12, they were 4.83 feet tall. At age 17, they were 5.75 feet tall. For L3, we'll have the girls. The girls at age 5 were 3.5 feet tall. At age 7, they were 4 feet tall. At age 10, they were 4.83 feet tall. At age 12, they were 5 feet tall. And at age 17, they were 5.33 feet tall. So after we have our list completed, we can go in the top right corner and click the X. Only lists 1 and 2 will show up in your table. To make a graph, all you have to do is highlight your lists and click the graph in the top left corner. When you get to this point, you have to go to Stat Plots to plug in what lists you want in the graph. The top is for the x-axis and the bottom is for the y-axis, so one of these will be girls and one will be boys. The x-axis is list 1 for the age, and the y-axis is list 2 for the boy's height. Then you have to click in the box so the plots will show up. For this one, list 1 will be the y-axis or the x-axis again for age, and list 3 will be the girl's height. And then highlight it again so we can see the connection. Then we can close this out. Since this graph only has 3 points, we know that we are missing something. Since we don't have negative age and negative height, we can change this to 0 and this to 0 as well. In this graph, we go up to age 17, so just so we have some extra space, we can go up to age 20. In this, we only go up to 5.7 feet tall, so it might be helpful just to come up to 6 so we can see it better. Since no one is between 1 to 2 to 3 feet tall, we don't need any of that information either, so we can go up to start at 2 instead of 0. On the x-axis, not the y-axis. So there we have a graph. It is kind of hard to tell the relationship because both of the dots look the same. So what we'll do is X out of this and double click on it again. Go to Stat Plots, and since both of them look the same, we can click on either one of these and go to the symbol. This way, one will have a dot and one will have a square, so it'll be easier to tell the relationship. Now when we look at the graph, it can be easier to tell the relationship. We will spread it out a little bit further so we can find more. So starting out at age 5, the boys and the dark purple are a little taller. At age 8, they are the same, and then for age 10 and 12, they are shorter. But then, all of a sudden, at age 17, the boys are much taller than the girls. So as you can see, TI Interactive is a very helpful resource to find relationships. I hope you had fun and have a good luck with your quiz.